Hey guys, what's going on? LooseCannonRobu here. I just kind of wanted to post up a quick video for you guys, and just kind of want to let you know that today is the 1 year anniversary of Steve Jobs' death. So today, I kind of just want to pay a little bit of tribute to Steve. And kind of remember kind of some of the things that he did that made our lives just a little bit more magical. If you think about it, take the iMac for instance. Computers weren't really anything more than just beige boxes. And you had to have the monitor, big clunky monitor, attached, sitting on like a desktop, sitting attached separately from your tower with PCs. And Steve Jobs really was the one who brought the all-in-one computer to the forefront with iMac. And pretty much his whole goal was just basically to make everything simple, get rid of the huge box, and combine everything in one and make it look beautiful while doing it. That's Apple's whole thing, is basically make products that are functional and beautiful. And he really accomplished that with the iMac. He revolutionized the whole MP3 player market. I mean, before then, what did you really have? You had like little, I guess, what, Sony, whatever maybe, that was like, if you're lucky, maybe a gig or so of space, and then along came, Steve Jobs, like, hey, look, here's this great new product we got for you, and and it holds, like over like 8,000 songs, and on all this, and 8 gigs of memory, and and all this, and we call it the iPod. And nobody knew what an iPod was until then. Nobody knew really, the MP3s would really take off until then. I mean, he made everything just that much more easier and functional with the iPod. Gone were the days where you had to download music from, say Napster or somewhere like that, and then get, my cat wants to say hello. Say hello, Stormy Storm. Hello. But, from that point on, gone were the days where you had to download stuff from Napster and then put those files onto a MP3 player and then hope they all fit, and maybe, transfer music in and out, and, only have maybe like 30 songs or whatever. So, yeah. So he did that for us, the iPad. Tablet computing was dead. It was dead in the water. Microsoft took a shot at it, and nobody was buying the products. Along comes Apple, and Steve Jobs introduced the iPad. And bam, the resurgence of tablet computing. I mean, now, a lot of places, they can't even think about what their lives were like without having an iPad. I mean, for God's sakes, think about it. Airlines now are using it. They're getting rid of them heavy, clunky books and flight manuals and stuff, and everything's on an iPad. Hospitals are using it. Yes, hello. Hospitals are using it now for in places like computers to check you in and all this. You think about the smartphone. What do we have before iPhones or Androids? I mean, you had, what, BlackBerry? PDA. I mean, really. These things were just not really that functional. You had a stylus with the PDAs, and you had to take it out and, tap, 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 tap. And, and then you had the Blackberries, which, in their own right, were good for the time. The clunky interface, the trackpad on it, later in later years and stuff, with the trackpad on the Blackberries, it just wasn't that functional. along came, Steve Jobs, and his whole quote was, get rid of the stylus. Why do you need it? You have styluses naturally built into your body. They're called fingers. And revealed the iPhone, and the iPod Touch and the iPhone, and that the took off. I mean, like, bam, it was on like Donkey Kong in the smartphone market. And then like a year or two later, here comes Android and Google, and they're like, oh, we're going to do this and do that. So basically, any of you guys out there watching this, who have an Android, really, you owe, a great, gratitude to Apple and to Steve Jobs for even creating that whole market in the first place, really. The whole touch interface phone, apps on your phone and touchscreen interface, and being able to just swipe with your finger or pinch to zoom, and everything. And so it's because of Apple that this has happened. I mean, just all in all, Steve Jobs tried to make life a little bit easier for everybody. And his whole thing was, I want functionality. I want it to work correctly. I want it to work, seamlessly. No flaws, no errors, no, multiple app crashing, no rebooting, no nothing that like you tend to get with Androids. He wanted stuff to work and wanted it to be beautiful at the same time. And hats off to him. I mean, he did it. He didn't let people stand in his way and tell him no. He even made people who doubted him, who doubted their own success, their own achievements, their own way of life, and he made them believe that it could be possible. And because of that, he made the impossible possible for people. So, just take a moment out, head over to apple.com, watch the minute 45 video tribute that they got up here on the website. And just kind of, if you happen to have the Steve Jobs biography, read it today. Even if it's just a couple chapters. If you happen to have Netflix, they got a search for Steve Jobs. They got a video on there. Get it on the internet, search up Steve Jobs, and see what the man did for technology and bringing new technology to the forefront and to your hands for today. And just remember the man who said that there is no I can't, and then you're only limited by your own limitations and by yourself. If you believe, you can achieve. And so yeah. Alright, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Rest in peace, Steve.